Hi everyone. I have an announcement that will change many people's lives forever. And again, what I'm about to share isn't just another health practice, it's a complete transformation of our cellular biology. And this is what I actually use during all the Breatharian lifestyle initiations that I teach. Dry fasting is the single most powerful healing tool that almost no one is talking about. If you've tried everything else and still struggle with health issues, what I'm about to teach you will completely revolutionize your understanding of healing on multiple levels and what's natural and beautiful about our body. So let me share something mind-blowing that you've never heard of before. During dry fasting, your body creates a cellular battleground where both healthy and diseased cells fight for survival without water. But here's the secret. Only the strongest cells survive. The weak, damaged cells can't adapt and thus are eliminated, while your healthy cells become even more resilient. It's natural selection happening inside our own body. And did you know that your body actually creates its own water during dry fasting? That's right, brand new, pristine, structured water that's never been contaminated by toxins. This water washes away all the negative information stored in your cells. It gives you a complete informational reset that no other healing method can provide. One more thing most people don't realize is that during dry fasting, your healing accelerates 3 to 4 times the rate of water fasting. What takes weeks with other methods happens in days with dry fasting. So, this is going to be a long video, and I'm going to split this video about dry fasting into 7 different parts. I'll start with the medical controversy of dry fasting and why the establishment fears this type of knowledge. Then we'll go on to explain about the cellular battleground, then about erasing negative programming with dry fasting, about inflammation obliteration with dry fasting, how to start dry fasting safely, and when absolutely not to dry fast. In other words, things you should be aware of. Let's begin with the medical controversy and why the establishment fears this type of knowledge. Why is there such fierce opposition to dry fasting from conventional medicine? Why do doctors react with horror when patients mention they're considering fasting as a way to heal themselves? The truth is both simple and disturbing. Dry fasting challenges the very foundation of modern medicine's approach to disease. Modern medicine operates on the principle of intervention, adding something from the outside to fix the body. Drugs, surgery, anything that can make money. Dry fasting represents the opposite paradigm, creating the conditions for the body to heal itself with zero external intervention. This concept is literally foreign to medical education. Most doctors receive less than 24 hours of nutrition education during their entire medical training, and virtually zero training on fasting or natural healing methods. But there's an even deeper reason for why the opposition. Dry fasting can't be patented, it can't be packaged, it can't be profited from. There's no billion-dollar industry behind it. There's no pharmaceutical company funding research, no medical devices to sell. In a medical system driven by profit, practices that cost nothing and empower patients to heal themselves are systematically marginalized or attacked. The most common argument is going to be dehydration is dangerous, which completely misunderstands the process. During dry fasting, the body isn't becoming dangerously dehydrated. It's creating its own metabolic water. This water is purer and more structured than anything you could drink. What's especially telling is that the same medical establishment that warns against missing a few meals will happily prescribe chemotherapy that devastates the entire body. They'll recommend removing organs, but panic at the thought of missing water for just 24 hours. The reality is that humans have evolved with periods of both food and water scarcity. Our bodies are designed for intermediate dry fasting. Throughout human history, our ancestors regularly experienced periods without water access, and our physiology adapted brilliantly to these conditions. Let's talk about the fascinating aspect of dry fasting. What happens at the cellular level? When you completely eliminate water intake, you create extreme survival conditions in your body. Think about it as a biological stress test that separates the strong from the weak. Water is a universal nutrient. Both healthy cells and disease cells need water. By temporarily cutting off this essential resource, you force every cell in your body to adapt or die. Your healthy cells activate powerful survival mechanisms, becoming stronger and more resilient. Meanwhile, cancer cells, inflammatory cells, and pathogens lack these adaptation abilities and simply cannot survive. This is why during dry fasting, the body first consumes diseased tissues, tumors, edema, and other disorders. The medical term for this is autolysis, your body performing surgery on itself without a scalpel. The most amazing part is that the body intuitively knows exactly what to eliminate first. And this is where the magic happens. And this is all the rumors that we hear about people who have found a way to heal themselves through dry fasting. And here's something crucial to understand. After this cellular purge, the cells that remain are not just survivors, they're champions. When these supercells divide, they create offspring with stem cell-like properties, essentially rejuvenating your entire body from the ground up. Now let's talk about something that modern medicine completely overlooks: the informational properties of water. You already know that water is not just H2O. It's a storage medium for information. Emotions and energetic patterns are also saved inside water. During dry fasting, something truly remarkable happens to water. As your body breaks down old, stagnant water, it simultaneously creates brand new structured water through metabolic processes in the body. Think about it. We're constantly bombarded with negative information from our environment. Food and even our own thoughts create negativity. This information gets stored in our cells, in the water itself, creating patterns that can lead to disease. Dry fasting is like hitting the reset button on this entire system. When you complete a dry fast, you become an empty vessel, informationally pure and ready to be programmed with positive, life-affirming information. This is why many people report profound mental clarity, emotional releases, and spiritual insights during and after a dry fast. It's not just physical detoxification. It's informational detoxification. It heals traumas. Here's another fundamental principle that will change how you think about healing. Inflammation cannot exist without water. Let that sink in for a moment. The body always has mild inflammations, and we only notice it when it becomes apparent, like during extreme conditions. Every inflammatory condition, arthritis, allergies, autoimmune disorders, or even cancer, require water to sustain themselves. By temporarily restricting water, we create an environment where inflammation physically cannot persist. The same applies to infections. Bacteria, viruses, and fungi all require water to reproduce and to thrive. Without water, these pathogens simply cannot survive. This is why dry fasting produces such dramatic results with infections and inflammatory conditions. Autoimmune conditions often show remarkable improvement as well. Why? Because dry fasting resets the immune system's recognition patterns, stopping the attack on their own tissues. Brain trauma and concussions also respond incredibly well to dry fasting. After a concussion, brain swelling causes most of the symptoms. By eliminating excess water through dry fasting, this swelling resolves much faster, accelerating recovery dramatically. And perhaps more modern issues, more importantly, dry fasting creates a profoundly anti-cancer environment in your body. Cancer cells are metabolically inflexible and cannot adapt to the absence of water, while healthy cells can. This creates a powerful selective pressure against cancer growth. Now let's get practical. Because I teach groups dry fasting in the Breatharian initiations, I can tell you a few things that are going to help you start safely. Number one, location matters. Never attempt dry fasting in polluted city environments. The detoxification process is so powerful that your body will absorb environmental toxins through your skin and lungs at an accelerated rate. If you can, and it's a long dry fast, always fast close to nature. Forest, mountain, or at least away from urban pollution. Second, preparation is essential. You want to begin by adopting a clean, plant-based diet for several days before your fast. You want to focus on hydrating fruits and vegetables and eliminate all animal products, processed foods, and anything that is a stimulant. A proper pre-fast diet makes your experience dramatically easier. If this is the first dry fast, there are more symptoms to deal with than sequential ones. Number three, you want to start gradually to build a habit. Begin with 24 to 36 hours of dry fast once per week. Once comfortable, you can extend those to 2 or 3 days with proper supervision, not necessarily every week. Longer fasts of 4 to 7 days should really only be attempted with experienced guidance. Don't do this at home. Number four, break your fast correctly. This is crucial. Begin with small sips of water, then natural water diluted juice, then later a whole fruit, gradually introducing other fruits and maybe vegetables. You want to never break a fast with cooked food, animal products, or complex meals. Number five, listen to your body. If you experience severe headaches, nausea, or concerning symptoms, break your fast and try again after more preparation. Other symptoms will occur, and that's okay. Lower blood pressure, faster heart rate, sometimes even fever. They're all very natural, especially in the first times. While dry fasting is very powerful, it's not appropriate for everyone. Do not dry fast if you are pregnant or breastfeeding, if you have acute mental health conditions, if you have kidney disease or kidney stones, if you have severe heart conditions, if you have advanced liver disease, if you have any chronic health condition, you want to consult with a healthcare provider who understands fasting before attempting even short dry fasts. Dry fasting isn't simply about what you're eliminating. It's about what you're activating within yourself. Remember that your body contains all the wisdom of millions of years of evolution. Sometimes the most powerful intervention is to step back and allow this innate intelligence to work without any interference. If you are ready to experience this type of transformation and you want to join a group dry fast in Spain or United States, find my Breatharian initiations in my website maor.com. Like this video if you found it valuable, subscribe for more life-changing health insights, and share this with someone who needs this information. Namaste, my friends.